We're back. Episode. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even look. 130.
132.
Oh, cool. Okay. Episode 132.
My favorite number.
Yeah, it's up there. Good number. Good number. How's everything going on your end?
Pretty
Just in
good.
general. Good. Good. A little peeved about something. Yeah. We can maybe talk some football today, but early Patriots take. I certainly didn't see enough Jake Bailey to keep me happy the other day.
No.
I'm certainly canceling my cable subscription.
Yeah, I didn't see enough of him. And
God,
what's the saying?
Nordine either.
Yeah, the fuck.
French Lick, the hick from French Lick.
The kick from French Lick. I think they say the NFL season doesn't start until you get a coffin corner punt. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's still we haven't even had opening day.
No, I was hoping for at least double-digit punts from Jake Bailey, but I don't know. Some argue it's a good thing they didn't kick as much. We can start there. It's Tuesday after the NFL opening Sunday. It's good to be back. Good to have the NFL back as a company. We'll get into some of your notes later. Any general genital later, but first, general takeaways from the Patriots game?
Because I do have a lot of genital thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
General thoughts.
Maybe we can get into enlarged genitals later if you want to.
Oh, we can. Oh, no, you mean Nikki?
Her cousin, respectfully.
Okay.
Her cousin's fiance. I forget the lineage there, but
I thought you meant my recent ordeal. But yeah. Yeah, general takeaways. Pats looked good. They should have won the game. Oh, they blew a golden opportunity.
Okay. All right. A lot of
that's pretty much it.
Good. Yeah, it's not a unique take. I think they looked fine. I think Mac Jones looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Exceeded my expectations, something you've yet to do. So that's a good thing. That's a tough game to lose. That would have been a good game to win. I think we're talking about that off air. Like, in all seriousness, that's a really shitty game to not win.
Mm-hmm.
God, that stinks. Because we were talking before, so it was a 4:30 game. Great time slot for a football game. Buffalo lost that early afternoon game.
Yep.
Jets, of course, lost as well at home to Pittsburgh. So I get, like I was telling you, I know it's whatever. I know it's very early, quite literally as early as it could possibly be. But it's never a bad thing to have an early lead in the division. You know, those games always come back, especially with what gee whiz, hold on, I'm getting a bunch of pop-ups in the background. What I think is going to be a pretty competitive division. It'd be nice to have the lead at least one point in time. It would have been a great tweet, early division lead, or like waking up first place in the AFC East and some sort of like emoji. Got that stripped right away from us.
I mean, number one, yeah, every other team would have been 0-1 in the AFC.
Yep, sure.
And like literally they would have been.
For sure.
And shout out to my friend Nick, a great friend and a longtime listener to the show, who mentioned that, like, he reminded me that the Patriots always have a hard time with the Dolphins.
Always.
So
for sure. Absolutely.
It's just another one of those stupid ass games where
the Dolphins are actually good this year too.
Yeah.
Trouble with the Dolphins and they stunk.
We should sweep them this year then.
I hope so. I'm still holding out for it. We'll see. But no, it's like, and the other thing, it's like, I'm sure you've heard a lot of like radio people, who are trying to compete with us for airtime, talk about, like one or the other. Like, yeah, Mac, in the long run, it's a good thing, right? Like Mac Jones looked good, but you lost the game. You very well could have done both. Mac Jones could have looked like he did, and you still easily could have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
I might even venture to say should have won that game.
Yeah, fairly comfortably.
Damn, that stinks. That mark my words. If Olston was right last year about the Bucs being sub 500, this will be my hot take of the year. That's going to come back to nip them right in the butt, I think. That's going to suck, dude. If they lose like a tiebreaker because of this fucking game.
Yeah. And I'm sure you were feeling the same way.
Of all places.
Yeah.
I was feeling the same way about what?
Just the fact that they were, we were so close to having like a, wow, what a great opening day feeling.
So close. I was sick to my stomach. I didn't feel great.
Yeah.
I felt awful.
I thought about just farting this whole podcast. I still might.
If you're listening, you're in for a treat. Yeah, we can save that for later. That's what you call a teaser in the biz.
What did you think of the very first play? Mac's very first play. I was like,
Was that the fumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, not great. I forgot that was the very first play. It really was. I actually heard that on the car ride home tonight.
It was their first offensive play. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that could have been worse for sure. That could have been worse. But outside of that, I think he looked really great. I think I tweeted this or said this to you. Like, it's fun watching. And again, I know they only scored 16 points. It's fun watching. Like, I could watch that game and it felt completely different. Like, I had optimism they were going to score touchdowns. I never had that last year after like week 4 or 5.
That's literally how you know this team is going to be at least competitive.
For sure. There's a chance they can score a touchdown. Yeah. Last year, it was like a battle to get a first down. When they got first downs, that was sick. That was lit. It really was. Like that touchdown to Aguilar, that was sick. That was fun to watch.
Imagine if the Minutemen in the end zone last year just started like firing off their muskets for first downs.
I was gonna say, or just didn't show up, like, or they just cut their staff in half.
Oh, that's true.
We don't need you guys here. You guys can start jetting early if you want to get home.
Were they even there last year? Do you remember?
I think they were. I think we like talked about how stupid it was. Just firing off old muskets in a literally empty arena.
It's a waste of gunpowder. I know you're big on 2A.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of wasting any sort of 2A related things. Going back to last year. So that's why I'm glad to have fans back for one. More guns in the stands is what I always say. So very nice to see on Sunday. It was nice to see number 15 put some work in on a Sunday.
Man, we haven't seen that.
Damn near 3 years.
We haven't seen that.
Yeah, period. That was cool. Is he coming back? N'Keal Harry? I didn't even know he was. I forgot he was hurt. I just assumed he was a healthy scratch. Yeah, sick. I've said this before. I don't know where he fits on the offense.
I think they just shouldn't give him a number and be like, sorry,
you need a number to play, N'Keal. It's a logistics thing.
Hey, Coach Belichick is all about enforcing rules and following them.
Sure. Yeah.
So unfortunately, thanks for the memories.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd make my season if they just kicked him to the curb, stuck him in the unemployment line.
What number is he going to be?
Do you know? 1. I think he took number 1.
Oh God.
When Cam left, that was the story.
Yeah, because that number has historically done well for this franchise.
I think I said this last week. Pat Patriot, wherever the mascot is, he wears number 1. I'm fine with that. He doesn't have many fewer receiving yards in his career than N'Keal Harry, in the hundreds.
They should retire it for Pat Patriot.
Do you think N'Keal Harry has 1,000 career receiving yards?
I don't think so.
I don't think he does. I think he went like 3 and 3 is in 300 and like 2 something.
That sounds about right.
So that's you gotta be this tall to ride the rides. You gotta put something up to be on this team. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So again, it's I don't really. There's no point in really talking about the good because they should have won the game. I just feel like it takes away from the fact that they should have won that game. Mac looked good. It was a winnable game. One of my first thoughts after the game too was they really need to come out and just smoke the Jets next week. Yeah. Like an old fashioned, like 36-9 type of game, which I don't know if will happen, but that would be the only thing that would make me feel better. They beat the Jets by like a single score. Oof, I don't know. Because we talked about this earlier, heading into and we can get into some other games later, but heading into the Tampa game, I think we both marked this. I think I marked this one as like 60-40, like they should win this game. They already lost. Jets, I figured they'd win easily. Saints was also a question mark, but Saints look pretty good.
Yeah, I think
we're Jameis leads the league in touchdown passes. Right now, who knows? And then Tampa, oh boy, I don't know. Because we recorded last time before the Thursday game. Tampa looks pretty good too. A lot of firepower. Speaking of muskets, a lot of firepower in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
It's muskets versus cannons on Sunday night.
Dude, Buccaneers are the original conservatives.
For sure. That'd be a great one of those like real life football games. A Patriots versus Buccaneers. That's
Oh yeah.
old school warfare. I'd
I,
probably lean Buccaneers, just firing cannonballs versus bullets.
oh yeah. I keep forgetting that they have those.
They literally fire cannons. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking of them as just like straight up pirates with swords and shit. Like
Nah, they also they have that too, but they also have cannonballs.
swashbuckling.
Wow.
Your favorite
Yeah.
hobbies in high school, anyways.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a Byron Leftwich on the sideline full time, just continuously loading a cannon and firing cannonballs to the opposing sideline. That'd be sick if it was like N'Keal Harry or someone like running a route and then just getting hit with a cannonball fired from the other side. It's called
like Mario
PI. Yeah. But like Mario, you can also just jump on top of it and it'll shoot you towards the end zone.
Yeah, you just coast.
Yeah. AB is just going to backflip onto a cannon and sail into the end zone.
Gronk definitely wouldn't jump on it.
No, Gronk would like smother it like a bomb.
Yeah. Hop on it
like a grenade. Yeah, what a great team. That could get ugly. Boy, that game could get ugly.
Brady looks so fucking good already.
He looks really damn good.
Like no rust whatsoever.
No, he looks really good. And I think a lot. I will say this too. It was speaking of conservatives, it was an extremely conservative play call day as well, which I get. But in the second half, I think you saw enough to maybe open it up a little bit.
Oh, you mean for Mac?
For the Patriots, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Patriot, the Bucs, Brady just does whatever the fuck he wants. I genuinely don't think he has his like headset turned on in his helmet.
or he does the thing that like we used to do about like, sorry, like connections cutting out.
Bad connection.
Sorry,
I got this one, Byron.
Static.
Yeah. Taking advice from Byron Leftwich. Gotta be kidding me. You saw he did actually like wave him off at the end, right? Like I'm not running that bullshit.
What's the NBA equivalent of that in terms of
what?
So it would have to be LeBron being told by like, I don't know.
I feel like that does happen. No, it used to be like when LeBron would like call his own huddles and what's his name would be on like the outside. That second coach, the one after Mike. No, before between Ty Lue and Mike Brown. Remember?
David Blatt.
Yeah. He would literally just be huddled around LeBron and David Blatt just twiddling his thumbs on the outside. Or even like LeBron's a pretty good example. Pretty much any coach. I don't think any coach has had authority over him as far as play calling goes.
Who would be the most mediocre mediocre ex-player, do you think?
Oh, ex-player?
Like
as a coach or a player?
As a coach.
Hold on, I'm trying to keep up with you here. An ex-player is a coach getting shook off by a current NBA player?
Getting shaken off by LeBron.
Got you. Posey's not even close. It'd have to be someone way better than him. Honestly, I bet it happened to Steve Nash a few times this year.
Oh yeah,
I would assume
sure.
without looking that up. Steve, you could maybe say Steve Kerr too.
Yeah, I don't need to see the odds on that. I would put some money.
I'll hammer the over. Speaking of money, you did put your money where your mouth was. And then also you put a bet on MVP odds I saw.
Yeah.
So would you pull Justin Herbert and Burrow?
I did Herbert
co-MVP. Like Peyton Manning and Steve McNair.
I did Herbert for MVP, which was 18-1.
Big.
And then I saw somewhere else. He was 22-1 on other websites. And then I did Burrow for comeback play of the year because they don't have most improved, at least not on DraftKings. I think.
Yeah, they did. Oh, yeah. It is still an award.
Yeah, I think it comes from like the Sporting News or something, so that's why it's not on there. But
what's Burrow's odds for comeback?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did comeback. Okay. His was 6.5 to 1.
Who's first?
Dak plus 175.
Oh, God.
So it's his to lose at this point.
Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good so far.
It goes Dak 175, Jameis 550, and then Burrow 650. Which I would like to know what the fuck Jameis was before.
I was just gonna say Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow, I get because they were almost paralyzed on the field. Jameis is coming back from just stinking, like not being a starter. I guess, yeah. Jameis is coming back from being replaced by Tom Brady. That seems like the standard operating procedure. But not for nothing, he's off to a pretty good start too. If he's in the running.
Oh yeah,
Jameis.
His procedure is operating up to
Very
standard.
Nicely. Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's a good group. I know Jameis played well. I know Dak played well. Burrow had a good game, right? I know he had the game winner.
Pretty good, yeah.
To the guy who can't catch the football in the NFL, oddly enough. I think the Bengals could actually be kind of a fun team. There's some exciting young players until they all get gruesomely injured soon.
I was gonna say, as long as they can protect Burrow, which is like a 2-week thing.
Yeah, I mean, the only other note I had was Saints I think Saints looks like a tough game. Like it's I think they'll beat the Jets. And I hope I don't know, I hope the Panthers are just equally as terrible, but they almost beat the Panthers last week too. The Jets did.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really hoping that the Panthers truly stink, which I think they do. I actually took my Survivor League. I took I have 2-team Survivor League. I took Panthers and Rams. Rams, obviously. But Panthers was getting a little too close for comfort towards the end.
Who's their leading like wide receiver and running back in Carolina?
McCaffrey.
Oh, yeah.
And then Robbie Anderson, I think. Former Jet. It's big Jet revenge day in Carolina between Darnold and Robbie Anderson. The only other note I had, I think you'd appreciate this too. It looks like James White's back, which is good. Talked about him a lot last year. He's very good. And I actually forgot. Remember last year it was like when his parents literally like died in a car accident, like before the Seattle game. I forgot about that. I think that's understandably what might put a damper on your season. I think he might have had COVID stuff too. I forget. But yeah, James White's back. I like him. Outside of the big fumble, I think Damian Harris looked good. I hope he's not like a Jonas Gray type of scenario, which I don't think he is. I think he's still the lead back, but
yeah,
got to clean those up. Can't cough it up in the red zone.
Honestly, during COVID, you really can't cough it up anywhere.
Oh God, now less than ever. I mean, if you're gonna cough it up like that in the end zone, you should wear a mask or at least like cover your mouth.
Yeah,
not very responsible. So I'm sure I'll get an earful from Dr. Fauci about that one. I'm gonna have to take a second ouchie Fauci if he didn't already have one. What a ridiculous thing to say. I guess that's all I have for the Patriots. Like I said, I mean, I don't think there's much more to it than Mac Jones looks. Oh, I did have one thought I wanted to run by you or ask you, I guess. I was thinking today, I guess, who is number one? What the fuck was I just going to say? Herbert, I guess, is the outlier. But of all like those first round, like big name quarterbacks out of the last 2 years. So this year's obviously Lawrence, Wilson, Trey Lance, who I saw play a little, Justin Fields, who hasn't played yet. I don't know why. We'll get into that. And Mac Jones. And then last year, Herbert, Tua, Burrow. Wasn't there another one from last year? Was Jordan Love last year or the year before? He didn't play either way, so it doesn't matter. But even just those ones. Yeah. I think Herbert's clearly the best looking one so far. I think Mac Jones' game yesterday was better than any game I've seen from those other guys.
Yeah.
Burrow looked good yesterday, I guess, but he's also technically 1 year older. Like Lawrence had a few picks. That team's going in the dumpster. Surprise to no one. Zach Wilson, whatever. And I don't think anyone else really played.
That fucking schmuck, Zach Wilson.
What a dweeb, huh?
Oh, speaking of Lawrence, you see the rumors circulating about Urban Meyer?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's crazy. That guy is such a lunatic. Like, so there's two stories, right? The first one was like, did you see like the first story was like he has like he just goes irate like in the locker room and like loses his mind.
I didn't see that.
Big like anger issues with Urban Meyer. And then the current one I assume you're talking about is he's considering just like quitting, like leaving football. Mm-hmm. One and done.
Reminds me of one of my first jobs, which was not coaching an NFL football team. So
no, we still owe our listeners that story. Put that on the back burner for now. But yeah, it's hard to imagine Urban Meyer, the guy who I'm pretty sure I remember having routine heart attacks like on the sideline every game.
Yep.
Had like that big speech how he's leaving to be a better father and be with his family. And then took Ohio State the next year, did it again, coached in Jacksonville. Not great. I don't know. Honestly, if I wouldn't be thrilled about being the coach of the Jaguars either. They stink. But if Urban Meyer leaves, it's like I might have to like root for that team. Like, what the fuck are they supposed to do? How can you instill like any confidence? Imagine like that's your company. Like you join a new company as a regular person, and like this your new CEO just like quits after the first Monday. Like
right.
4:30 on a Monday. He's like, I've seen enough. These people are losers.
Yeah,
I'd literally rather be unemployed.
Big time. I feel like people generally don't relate like for good reasons. They don't relate pro sports teams to just normal everyday life. But if you look at it that way, that explains why a lot of teams just stay in the shitter for so long, because there's no like fucking continuity. You don't know who's going to be there when you show up.
No, it's Cleveland. Like Cleveland Browns have a new coach every year.
Yep.
Teams like Cleveland, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, obviously, the Jets. Miami, I think, has cleaned it up a little bit. Detroit, obviously. Arizona's cleaned it up.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that team out west? The Raiders. Who the hell knows? Bills for a while. Like, yeah, and it's tough too because you're getting and that's why, like, I think Mac Jones is in a good spot. Like, if you're one of those first 5 picks, like, you're destined for failure. You're going to a terrible team.
Yeah.
Traditionally a terribly run. And to your point, not from a team's perspective, but like, it's interesting. Like, as I get older, I do look at sports like that. Like, as a company, like, these are billion-dollar companies and organizations. Like, they have full-time employees outside of the players. That is weird to think. Like, the Patriots have like a CEO and like a CFO and like an HR, like an HR manager, a project manager for different things.
The Cowboys only have one
sales team.
All those positions.
Yeah, correct. Like, you have a sales team, a service team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could call, if I'm a season ticket holder, I can call into Patriots customer service.
Yeah.
And like bitch about something. Or I could get like a cold call from someone trying to sell me Patriots tickets.
How bad does your experience have to be with the Patriots for them to get Robert Kraft on the line for you, to like offer you a credit?
Yeah. Like, I need to talk to your manager. And they just put Bill on the phone. Like, you just assume you're going to go to Bill at some point.
Oh my God. Somehow that would end up worse for you, for sure.
I'd cancel my subscription. I'd cancel my order. So I don't know. What do you think next week? Jets blowout?
I hope so.
New York, right?
Yep.
Nobody wants to go to the Meadowlands in September. I'll tell you that much. Or
I don't know what the line is, but I assume it's.
What do you think? I got it right here, Bucko.
I'll say
Tuesday,
-5.5.
It's right on the money. That seems alarmingly low.
Ugh.
Jeez Louise. Give him 3 for being at home. That's a field goal game.
What time's the game?
1:00 sharp.
Oh, that explains it.
Gee whiz. That's such a 1:00 game. I can't imagine who's calling this game.
Oh, that was the thing I was wondering. I'm pissed that we missed. I know you'll disagree, but I'm pissed that we missed Nance and Romo this weekend.
I disagree. I don't mind Nance. I really don't like Tony Romo. Because once the Patriots game ended, they went to the Browns game, and it was those two. And he said something fucking stupid, like within 5 seconds. And I was like, this is not for me. This is not my speed.
How about the defense on that play on the Nick Chubb touchdown run?
Jeez Louise, what a hole. I haven't seen a hole like that since, I don't know.
89.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, 5.5 really. I would have felt a lot more confident. I saw a nice like 7. It's got to have at least a 7 in front of it. Jeez.
It is early, so we'll see as the week goes on.
Yeah, that Browns Chiefs game was interesting. We talked about that one last week a little bit, and I came to a couple conclusions. I do think Baker Mayfield stinks. I think there's some stats to show he does.
I hate that. I agree.
You do agree?
I do agree, and I hate that because
I like him.
I just wanted him to be. I wanted them to have a good quarterback so that we can see what their team is really made of.
I mean, I don't know if he stinks. Well, I don't know. Like I was gonna say, I think he's good enough to get away with that roster, but I really don't know. I think he might be like a detriment to that roster.
Yeah, he makes like very untimely mistakes.
Yeah, that roster is loaded, especially when Odell comes back. That team is very, very good. I think I saw he has like the most fourth quarter interceptions since he came into the league. That can't be great.
So yeah, some say that's bad.
But watching them play, I can't imagine the Chiefs losing like more than 3 games.
No.
They're just so explosive. One of your favorite parts of a football game. There's one, I know this happens like weekly now, but those plays where Patrick Mahomes just like Tyreek Hill catches it like a punt and then just weaves his way around 3 people. Like there's really nothing you can do about that. Happens every time. It's inevitable.
Not one fucking thing you can do about that.
He'll stand at like the 15-yard line, catch it, and then just like literally like, I don't know, like turns into like a liquid and just like, I don't know, like moves his way through defenders. There's like plenty of people there.
Like a snake in the desert, just like slithering through.
He's so fast. Like it's crazy how fast he is. And like Mahomes is awesome, but I think Chad Henne can make those throws in practice too.
Dude, by the time that the ball gets to Hill, even if the DB is still with him, they can't chase him from the point of the catch to the end zone because they're so winded from like they've already run 20 yards on the play.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the safety is irrelevant and when you go against the Chiefs, you might as well just not even play one. And then they still just play Kelsey. Everyone. Just play 11 back. Yep, still have Kelsey. Still have literally everyone else who's very good. And that's kind of what scares me about the Patriots. Like I do think their offense is better, and I am curious to see if they open it up a little bit with Mac next week. But like, there's like the Bucs, even the Cowboys, Chiefs. Who else? Philly looked like that. Like there's just explosive offenses that, like Patriots play call just wasn't like that. It used to be. Like obviously it's different, but I remember years with like the second dynasty with Brady. Like off of a turnover, that was a touchdown. Like no more than 3 plays. It was like air it out or like some weird like reverse to Amendola or Edelman. Like those are guaranteed touchdowns. And this is another funny play, but they were talking about this on the radio this week too, how remember Tua's interception, great play, literally gets like split in half by Matthew Judon and then just like lobs it up to get picked. And great position, like I think at the 50, maybe even within the 50. And then it was like 2 run plays to Damian Harris and like some other bullshit, just totally killed the momentum. Those were scenarios where it's like that happens 5 years ago. That's a touchdown. Yeah. Like no matter what the play call is, that's a touchdown. That's what kind of makes me nervous. Good news is they can practice on the Jets, I think, because they are terrible. New Orleans, that was an interesting game too. Didn't see it going that way. Nope. I didn't see Rodgers literally not showing up for work. And we talked about this. Like he could go one of 2 ways, I think. And he seems to be going definitely one of 2 ways. It was so far. Oh boy. Like some of those picks, he quite literally couldn't care less. Like, all right. Just walks on the sideline, sits down. I don't know, checks his phone. Imagine seeing players like checking their phone like during the game. Waving down the hot dog guy. Yeah, if that happens again, I think you seriously have to consider doing something. Like if that happens again, that's on. Who are they playing next week? I think they're playing.
Cutting Randall Cobb. Teach him a lesson.
Aaron, we had a
lesson.
Aaron, we brought you Randall Cobb. What else do you need?
Not early in the game when he took the sack. Well, when he was sacked. Of course. Just like how defeated he looked. He just like swallowed up the ball and went down and like barely was tackled because he was like, fuck this.
Yeah, he's not happy. Monday Night Football hosting the Lions. That's about as good as you can get. If he doesn't perform in that game, then something's wrong.
Yeah, that's a slump buster right there.
He's been cooking those poor cats for damn near 20 years.
Did you know that game was in Jacksonville, by the way? I didn't know that.
I didn't know where it was, but I noticed it was in fact not in the New Orleans Superdome because it was outside. I assume that has to do with the hurricane, but yeah, that was interesting. Very interesting turn of events. But speaking of turn of events, well, actually, this has nothing to do with turn of events, but We should we should shout out our sponsors, Cold River Vodka.
Oh yeah,
at Cold River Vodka on social media. Check them out. Who knows? They could soon be the official drink of the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I think it's them and Dunks going up for the rights.
I didn't want to say it, but America does run on Cold River.
That's true. I've heard that multiple times. So check them out. Big supporters of the show, big fans. So appreciate what you guys do. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, that Saints game was weird. James, it was weird. At one point, I think he had like 5 touchdowns with like 99 yards passing or something. So he was just
weird ass like Madden. I was gonna say Madden. They were more like college football numbers.
Yeah, very strange. But hey, whatever works. That team, I think Saints offense is just always going to be explosive. I don't know if it's like a Sean Payton thing or probably more of an Alvin Kamara thing, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how that plays out.
How did they use Taysom Hill in that game? I didn't see much of
them at all. Why would you?
Probably the best way to use him.
Yeah, that's such a weird story. Like that guy's just got to go.
Before without looking this up, how old do you think he is? Unless you've heard.
I don't. I've heard he's older than people think. He's like very old, no?
He's 31, and he's only been in the league for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So
he did go 1 for 1, 3 yards.
QBR through the roof.
80. Oh no, excuse me, 2.1. His quarterback rating was 79. I still don't know the difference. Yeah, Jameis, 14 of 20, 148 yards, 5 touchdowns.
And all those were passing, right? I don't think he rushed for one, did he?
No, sir. All in the air.
It's pretty good.
I don't know any of these people on New Orleans.
Fuck you, Austin.
Know who did take one to the house?
Oh, I do.
Yep.
Some guy who used to play lacrosse, right?
Sure. 1 catch, 10 yards, 1 tutty. What a day. Their leading receiver was D. Harris. Pulling up what D stands for now. Deontay, of course.
I was going to say D. Gregorio.
DeAndre Harris, Juwan Johnson, Adam Troutman, and Marquez Callaway were the leading receivers. Kamara had 3 catches for 8 yards. What a weird team. We should beat this team. I'd really like to beat this team.
Yeah.
Good grief. I just care. I just want to beat the Jets. I've never been so nervous about a fucking week 2 Jets game in my life.
Remember the Jets game last season?
Oh god.
That we should have lost.
Unbelievable. Worst win in the history of sports. That was awesome. I mean, awful. That was the last minute field goal, right? On Monday Night Football. Jesus Christ. That was the worst. That was so stupid.
Dude, people didn't. I think those games are so funny because the media doesn't know how to react. Like, all right, what the fuck's the storyline from this one?
Who gives a shit? Yeah. One game I did want to touch on, and we can move on because I know you have some stuff here. Did you watch any of the Bears-Rams Sunday night?
I did. I watched it off and on.
Okay. I think the Bears might be up there for worst team in the league. They stink. That first touchdown Stafford threw. Did you see that? I forget who. I know Eddie Jackson was the main corner who's been getting killed all week. They just simply refused to try and tackle him. That was like that looked like a Tyreek Hill catch when you just sit at the 15, catch it, and go to the end zone. He simply caught it, and then it almost looked like the whole Nick Chubb had, like against the Chiefs. It's almost just like it's almost like a gimme in golf. Like, you're within the 5. Just take it. Gentleman's bet. We'll get you next time. That's not a great way to start the season. And Andy Dalton, God, Andy Dalton sucked. So I was talking to Jad. I was playing Jad in fantasy. I needed the Rams defense to stay below like 10 or 11. And that first drive of the game, it was like an 80-yard drive by Dalton. Looking good. I'm like, all right, Bears going to start putting some points on early. Pick in the end zone. And then he had like another turnover on the next drive too, I think. And then ESPN, I'm sure you saw this on Twitter, and like if you noticed it in the game, literally every other second was just Justin Fields on the sideline, just like standing there, clearly uncomfortable. which is funny because I was thinking too, if I think some like Megatron, the big monitors, Megatrons, whatever, Titantron rather, at the stadium is often like the feed of the game if there's nothing else going on.
Yeah.
So if you're like 20-year-old Justin Fields, like you're sitting there just watching the camera on you for probably like 60% of the game, just sitting on the sideline, like, okay, sick. Like what would you like me to like do something?
Love to be out there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Just seeing graphic after graphic about how terrible Andy Dalton is. Like they just continually show terrible Andy Dalton graphics and then just show like Justin Fields college highlights on like the Titantron. I don't know. I'll give him like another. He'll be in there, I think, sooner rather than later. Sooner than Trey Lance, I think, who actually did play and I think threw a touchdown.
Yeah,
but yeah, you got to make some changes. The other big takeaway, we did talk about this last week. NFC West for sure, absolutely loaded. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, those teams are fucking good. Cardinals look awesome. Rams look awesome. Seattle look good. And 49ers looked good. They almost blew it to Detroit. But yeah, that division is pretty good. Arizona's awesome. They're super fun.
Yeah.
Big fun team.
You said Lance threw a touchdown, right?
Yeah, he came in and threw a touchdown.
What did
Jerry Rice, I think. I don't know who's on the other end. Let me see. It's either Jerry Rice or Lance Allworth. Or Flipper Anderson. I do want to talk about some of the other stuff you threw on here, unless you have any major takeaways from Sunday.
I just wanted to see if Fields got in the game at all.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. 2 for 2. 10 yards.
Not bad. I don't think a rookie missed a completion this week. Or like a backup quarterback missed a pass down.
I could be wrong, but wasn't there an Andy Dalton play where this sounds like Andy Dalton? Not only did he get strip sacked, but it was one of those ones where it was right before his arm was going forward. So the ball like popped up straight in the air. Doesn't even like get to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Standard.
Without looking it up, I'm going to assume that happened. Yeah.
That's what bet. Chicago fans have to look forward to this year.
Titans. Oh, I'm in the wrong week. Jesus Christ. What's going on with me? What's some of the stuff you wanted to visit real quick?
So let's see. Let's go this first. Now, having seen, like in the last episode, we talked about which day is the best day to watch football, Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. We've gone through a full slate. Any opinions, developing thoughts?
No, I still like that late afternoon Sunday game.
Okay.
I just don't like the primetime games. It's too late for me. Unless it's like a Patriots game. But yeah, I think Sunday at 4 is cool, especially like I said, if it's a good 1 o'clock slate. But for a Patriots game, sometimes it's nice just getting it out of the way early. 1 o'clock. You don't have to wait as long. Because usually, like I said last week, if the Patriots play at 4, it's usually because it's a big game. It's a bigger slot. Like Jets Patriots, that's a cliche 1 o'clock Sunday game. Unlike there's no reason for them ever to play at 4, except last week when they played Monday Night Football for some reason. But yeah, why did you change your mind? You used to like the primetime games? Burning the midnight oil?
But I don't know. It just reminded me of like that Sunday scary feeling was strong. This past Sunday. Because I was like, damn, I'm having so much fun on my couch right now. But
yeah,
this isn't going to last very long. It'll be over before honest, you know it.
I've always like the Sunday scaries tend to hit me ever since I started working from home. It's really not as bad. I think it's like the routine of like having to get up and go to the office is just different.
That's true.
I don't really mind as much. My boss is listening. I like my job. I'll throw that out there. So yeah, interesting. No, I'm still going to stick with the Sunday 4s.
Okay.
And then 60 minutes.
Speaking of primetime games, did you happen to catch the end of last night's game or see the highlights?
Yeah.
Talk about stupid looking
what happened?
Football.
Something happened? Lamar Jackson fumble? Is that what you mean?
So before the drive before that, when when the Raiders got down to the 1 yard line on what looked like a breakaway. It was like Derek Carr threw a dime. I can't remember who caught it on the Raiders in overtime. And they got down to the 1, and it looked originally like it should have been a touchdown. So when they called it back, it was like, all right, well, they'll punch this in a few plays. And instead, they get to second down. And then on second down, I believe that there's a penalty, push them back. So by third down, it was like, I don't know, third and long from the 10, basically. Third and long from the 10. And Derek Carr throws it right through the receiver's hands. Not his fault. It was definitely the receiver's fault. And then it bounced straight off the defensive back's head. Elliott.
Marlon Humphrey, right? Oh, Elliott.
32.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's too bad.
So, yeah, then it ended up in a pick. And then I was like, all right, well, clearly the Ravens are just going to march down the field because Lamar Jackson was like unstoppable last night, running wise. Right. And then he took a sack.
Yeah.
And then after the Raiders got it back, they had they were going to kick it on like second down, I think, because they were already within like field goal territory. And then they didn't realize that they had any timeouts, or maybe they did it on purpose. They ended up not being able to kick. So then they lose the down. So then they have third down, and then Derek Carr just backs up like it's like we were playing Madden. Backs up like 20 feet, throws it straight up in the air. And I was like, where the fuck is this going? But then wide open TD. It was just like the dumbest way to win a game.
Yeah, that was very late night Ravens Raiders type of football. I always read John Gruden still coaching the Raiders, or is coaching the Raiders again. What a weird career that guy's had.
And he's got 7 years left on his
crazy contract. 10-year contract for John Gruden. Gee whiz. Al Davis would be rolling over in his grave.
Meanwhile, Mark Davis was sitting comfortably in his chair.
That's a weird looking guy, huh?
Yeah. He was up there celebrating with like Charles Woodson. It looked so weird. One very cool guy. Yeah, Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston and Prince Philip in Las Vegas. Good grief. Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty funny. That's kind of like, I feel like the Raiders play every Monday Night Football, week 1, opening the season. So I was like Broncos, Raiders, Chargers. Remember they used to do the double header. It was like 8, and then there'd literally be a game at like 10:30.
Okay, so
Broncos, Raiders at 10:30.
Was this the first year that they went away from that?
I think so. I think they did the doubleheader thing for a while. Probably because no one watched it. I'm not staying up till 2 a.m. to watch Melvin Gordon and fucking Derek Carr.
Matt Prater.
That kid Darren Waller's legit though. I think Schefter or someone tweeted it. Like his last like 10 games, it's crazy. It's like he's averaging like 10 catches and 150 yards.
Yeah. You know who else had a good game? A decent game. I'm going to butcher his name. Carl Nassib.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
And I happened to check. You shouldn't check Twitter like after midnight.
Boy, I didn't even think about doing that.
Yeah. I saw some very distasteful jokes, and it's like,
I'm sure from a lot of big football fans.
Yeah. It's like, it's 2021. Like, fucking get over it. Number one, the jokes aren't funny anymore. And number two.
Well, what do you mean? Like gay jokes?
Yeah.
I don't understand it either. I would assume the majority of America, again, this goes back to like looking at it as like a business. I would assume the majority of American workplaces have a homosexual employee.
Mm-hmm.
Or not, maybe not the majority, but like it's not an unusual thing anymore.
Yeah. I don't.
Like if there was I don't know, it could be a gay person working in my company. But if they were to hire someone like that, I wouldn't expect like a press conference or like a memo to go out through email.
Right.
I think that's just like how life works now.
Yeah.
But
just expect it's part of it.
Yeah. Did he play well? That's cool.
I think he at least had like a couple big plays. Yeah.
I did see one tweet. It was like Carl Nassib enters the game, and it was just a meme of like Lil Boozy like being very upset, which is pretty funny. Yeah, good for him.
Our opening night sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't think he started, right? Because the other one's Michael Sam, but I don't think Michael Sam made like a roster.
No.
Remember that? But again, like that's not the point. Like it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, very strange. Anyway, go ahead. You're saying something.
Our opening night prediction of the Buccaneers Cowboys. We were both
Yeah,
pretty
what did we
close.
say? I said like Bucks like 31-20 something.
I think you said 31-21.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I
I think I
expected it to be
said,
so high scoring.
yeah. I think I said like 35-28, something like that.
Nice. What was the final? 38. No, 30, 41, 38, 38, 37, something like that. It was up there.
31-29.
No. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I knew they were down one and hit a field goal. Man, Bucks are interesting. I don't know what to like. The best part about it was that we told Sean to bench Antonio Brown. That was my only biggest takeaway.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. I had him bench in another league too, but I don't know what to take away from Gronk and AB. They looked pretty normal.
I don't either. I think AB is more sustainable because we know
too.
that Gronk can like kind of wear down as season.
Yeah, that's fine. If that's the Antonio Brown we get this year, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's like him creeping back into like all-time conversations if he starts doing this for another couple of years. Because he left, how old is he? Like 30? If that?
Around there, yeah.
Okay. He left he didn't have like a crippling injury. He froze his feet for a little bit, I remember. And then
he's a little
there's more legality stuff.
Yeah.
He's farting in doctors' offices in a pandemic, and he's, getting a little handsy with his trainers, things of that nature. But if he's healthy mentally and physically, and that's how he plays, that's again, quietly the Tampa Bay Buccaneers picking up like an all-time wide receiver, like just casually. And then Gronk, an all-time tight end. I think Leonard Fournette still kind of stinks, but I'm sure he'll start coming around and be a good running back.
Yeah, because he was nasty last year.
Really good team. Yeah. And then like their actual prime wide receivers are both very good, and they weren't relevant at all Monday. Godwin a little bit, but I don't remember hearing Mike Evans' name like at all.
No. Who is there? Did they sign a new running back?
They got
Ronald
Gio
Jones?
Bernard. No, he was there last year.
Okay.
I think their backfield is like Ronald Jones, Fournette, and I randomly saw Giovanni Bernard was there. And I think Mike Allstott. and Doug Martin.
Tiki Barber.
Still there. Yeah. Yeah. No, it'll be an interesting team.
It's like the fucking Lakers of the NFL.
What about this Thursday? I don't know if we'll be together by then. It's this is a real Thursday night game. Yep. Washington Giants. I don't know what the spread is. I quite literally couldn't care less.
It's a pick 'em.
That's perfect. Sure. I'll pick neither of them.
Which is
tie.
that there is no advantage to being at home for the Washington football team, especially now.
Shit.
Because
the Washington Red Hogs. They got my vote. I'm going Red Hogs, I think.
I don't know. They had that sewage problem. I don't know if you saw the video.
Oh boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? That's so gross. I would call customer service if I was sitting below the sewage spill.
Dude, would you still
WFT.
eat your food if you had like a little bit of spill on your sausage?
No.
Like a
No.
none?
No, I don't think so.
Food's expensive at the stadium.
Yeah, so are hospital bills. I don't think I would eat that.
Okay.
No. I don't think I would.
That's just so such a good visual for that team. Though
Sure
they've been
is.
better the last.
They're a good team. Probably the best. Actually, I don't know. That division actually looks decent. New York still stinks. Washington is going back to the Heineke kid, I think.
Yep.
And then Philly looked good. Dallas looked good. I don't know. I just thought of a take/joke.
Sure.
Work on my stand-up game. So going back to that Monday night game, boy, I don't think Lamar Jackson's the guy you want to see coughing up the football in the fourth quarter.
That's pretty good.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I think third time's the charm. Like third time you get COVID, you just die automatically.
They do say bad things come in threes.
Yep.
So, yeah, tic-tac-toe.
You see who caught the first ball of the NFL season?
Caught the first ball of the NFL season.
I mean, Sunday, I guess. So technically not the first one. His first catch I saw in red zone.
No. Was it in the Bills Steelers?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
It sure was.
COVID Beasley.
Yeah, Cove Beasley. And then they came out today that fans have to be vaccinated at Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Damn, he must be
So
pissed.
I'm expecting a resignment. Yeah, anytime soon.
He's going to take it personal, though. It could go the other way.
I picked him up. Yeah, he's gonna break fucking Jerry Rice's records this year. It's out of spite. Go ahead. You had some food takes?
Yeah, real quick before we get to that, since you have the Lamar thing, I've got one.
Oh boy, good.
I'm sure you've seen this, but the people listening.
Joke. Good. Go ahead.
Apologies to Tyler for that one. I do feel bad. No. So the Washington game, a sewage pipe burst. Yes. I said sewage pipe burst like right over like one of the loge sections. So video was
not hilarious. The cheap seats.
No. Dude, it was just a waterfall coming out over like pretty expensive seats.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm guessing that the Washington football team wishes that they had Jake Plummer right about now.
Nice. Leahy like that one. Great joke.
And then someone who didn't understand the joke said,
oh boy. DB.
No, some random ass Washington fan said, nah, we got Taylor Heineke. And then I said, more like Taylor Heineke.
Nice.
Because someone should check on that bathroom.
And then he said back, are you fucking deaf? Jake Plummer retired 10 years ago. Yeah, that's funny.
Do you even watch football, bro?
Blocked. That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So a couple takes on football food. Actually, real quick, the question I posted, do you think football has the funniest plays out of any sport when the play is incompetent?
What do you mean?
Like the bloopers in football, I think are funnier than
they're up there.
Play.
Sure. Yeah, like quarterbacks getting split in half in slow motion. Yeah, big fan.
And
seriously, that Tua play is awesome. Like I think Matthew Judon came in untouched. Yeah, just literally ran through him. And for some reason decided to throw the football into who got the pick? Jace. Who got the pick? You remember?
Jonathan Jones.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
On the sideline, right?
Yep.
Pretty nice play.
Great play.
Dude, yeah, he fucking speared the shit out of him.
He had a couple of those plays. Judon had a couple like just good looking bull rushes.
Yep.
Very nice. And then
that's one of the few plays where you can even see stuff like that happen and be like, oh no, there won't be a flag on that.
Right. Yeah.
So as much as I am against CTE, some plays warrant it.
Debatable. Sure.
Okay. The poll that I put up, what's the move football food wise? So picture yourself Sunday around noon. You're trying to think of what you and the fam want to eat. So I said wings, Chinese, pizza, fast food restaurant, and then I'll go over the others that I thought of, which I'm very interested in.
I don't think it's fast food personally.
Okay.
Wings, out of those, wings is up there. I don't think Chinese is football food eitir.
No.
Pizza, sure. Wings, sure. Personally, I mean, I'm more of a I like cooking stuff at home. Like if we'll do like chili in the crock pot or something I can cook throughout the morning.
Yep.
Kind of like look forward to it. Or just like frozen apps from the grocery store. Good. I'd probably go pizza. Pizza's like a great football food. Simple, easy, self-serve.
Yep.
I would go pizza. Wings is close second.
Yeah. I would say the reason I give the edge to pizza is because even when it gets cold, like you still want to eat it just as much.
I'd say that with wings too. I'd say that with most foods actually. Pizza, probably. Pizza. I think we talked about this before. Pizza is probably my favorite like room temperature food. Like lukewarm. I still really like it. I don't like cold pizza like out of the fridge, but for example, if we got like pizza like for like the 1 o'clock game, I'd probably still enjoy it like during the 4 o'clock game if we didn't move it into the fridge.
Yeah.
So
I would say pizza's my second favorite cold food. Asparagus is 1, pizza's 2.
I actually do like asparagus. I just had it last night.
It's very good.
Hot, like warm, like fresh.
So these are a couple other foods that I'm wondering if You enjoy
Sure.
them as much as I do?
Probably not. Go ahead.
And ironically, somehow, again, these are foods that I like.
Yes.
They do correspond to some NFL teams. It's a weird theme.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Jaguar lime pie, which is it's the same as key lime pie. Graham cracker.
Yeah.
Very sweet, tart, and it's just a layer of Jaguar. Thoughts?
Haven't tried it, so no real answer.
Your local store is out of it?
I didn't ask.
Okay. I can send you the rest.
My first call in the morning. Yep, no problem.
Okay. Vegan lion skewers, which I usually get at Whole Foods.
No. Haven't tried them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone else who's had them? Or have you been to a football party that served those?
Pele? I don't know. I don't know who else would eat that. Jeff Okuda's grandparents.
All right. This one.
Barry Sanders' landlord? I don't know. I haven't had him.
Bear claw soup, but with a pinch of caramel fudge. Not too much, because then your guests think you're showing off.
I don't really know how to respond to any of these. I think I see where this is going.
There's only one more, and the last one is because
God.
it's Monday night games.
Yeah, sure.
Range free Falcon nachos. Behold the nachos.
Oh, so just range free Falcon.
Yeah.
I'd eat like Falcon nachos.
I'm saying I feel like those could be decent with some
Falcon
beans.
wings. Yeah, for sure. What's your thoughts on like I was thinking about like dessert foods during football game, like a nice bowl of ice cream for that 8:00 game.
Oh,
It could go down well. Like some cookies.
Yeah,
Fresh made cookies. Oof, boy. Maybe like fun football shapes to spice it up a little bit.
Yep. If you order pizza, wherever you're ordering it from, typically like they make those like saran wrapped individual chocolate chip cookies. Usually.
Yes. That's more like a house of pizza type of thing.
Yeah.
Which are traditionally incredible. Remember, I think it was Pizza Hut. Didn't they have that weird meal where it was like you open a pizza, then you can like slide out cookies and then like slide out breadsticks from another end? Like $20. It was pretty cool.
Filing cabinet.
More or less like the filing cabinet from Bruce Almighty, but it's just cookies and breadsticks and garlic knots. Do you like Papa John's pizza?
I actually do.
I love it. I meant to bring this up earlier. That's one where like I really, really need to dig deep and like separate the artist from the art because I really enjoy it a lot.
Is there a certain like specialty pie that you like from them? Because I have one.
What one?
Their buffalo chicken pizza.
Oh, so good, dude. I just got it the other day with like
the red onions,
like and a little bacon.
Yep.
And dude, I'm very close to pulling the trigger on that tonight. Maybe Thursday. That's fire. That's so good. I just got it literally like within the week.
As far as chain pizza restaurants go, that's the best buffalo chicken.
That's mine. I like Papa John's in general out of the chains, like Domino's, Pizza Hut. I like Papa Gino's a lot too, but I know that's more of like a local chain. But yeah, Papa John's is excellent. Never had an issue with them. Good service, fair pricing.
They've never said any bad words to me.
They've never called me a racial slur, so I don't know. I know they say it, but I haven't heard it. So until that day comes, I'm sorry.
Oh, the clock is ticking.
My business.
I'm fully expecting it. The next time
isn't that guy fully removed from Papa John's though?
Yeah, John Schnatter.
John Schnatterberg. Henry. What's that guy's name? The guy who plays Cliff in Cheers. He's got a name like that. It's like Henry Ratzenberger or something like that. Super fire name.
You think of John Goodman?
No, that's Roseanne.
Yeah.
Fuck's that guy's name? We'll end here, but it's a really cool name. He also does the voice for the pig in Toy Story.
Oh yeah, the guy's
I think
got a great voice.
I think it's Harry like Ratzenmeyer or something. Rat something. John Ratzenberger. Great name. What a cast. Holy shit. Cheers. Ted Danson, Rhea Perlman, Woody Harrelson, John Ratzenberger, Kelsey Grammer, George Wendt, who's Norm. A couple other guys I've never heard of. Leah Remini, randomly. She must have had a small role. That's the girl from King of Queens. I love her. Big fan.
Yep.
Have you watched any of those Scientology documentaries with her?
No. Oh God.
Neither. No, she's like, and she like got out of Scientology.
Oh, okay.
She was one of those kids who grew up in Scientology. Did the cast of Cheers really drink beer? It's a good question. Oh God. 11 things you don't know about Cheers on foxnews.com. Number 1, Ted Danson's a left-leaning libtard.
You've heard about the thing he did once, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Dude, I didn't hear about that until like a year or two ago.
I heard about it a while ago. So I remember I saw it. I used to love these shows, dude. I think they were on like VH1 or E, like the channel E. They were like countdowns, like 100. VH1 had a great one. It was 100 most shocking moments in rock and roll. It probably from like the early 2000s. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Did you see that?
I remember that.
That was so good. That was like my favorite show. I'll still like YouTube it randomly. But then E did one about like entertainment, obviously. And that was one of them. And I think it was like him and Whoopi Goldberg, right?
Yep.
Whoopi Goldberg was involved in one way or the other.
Dude, there's a famous picture where she's sitting right next to him, like laughing.
Well, it's at one of those weird. I kind of reminded me because I meant to ask you about the Met Gala. It was at like one of those weird celebrity like dinners. Those, like not Illuminati, but you know what I mean? Like those weird, like
I know exactly
what QAnon people think it is, like weird, like get-togethers. And
I think exactly they used to call it the Friars Club roast.
100%.
I think is what it was.
That's exactly what it was called. Yep, definitely. I don't want to get too like tinfoil hat now that probably no one's listening anyway. But yeah, there are. I do think there are like weird, like things celebrities do, like weird, like cult celebrities are in. Not full like like Illuminati or like devil worshipping, like sacrificing kid stuff. But I think celebrities are weird. And that's a good example of one. But those shows were creepy too. I might try and pull it and send it to you. Those shows were creepy because they were like, call it like early 2000s, like the countdown show I'm talking about, not the actual event. Like it wasn't great quality. It was still kind of like the old Unsolved Mysteries, like, you know what I mean? Like kind of shaky, like quality. But it'd be those things where they show like a scene in color, but then like zoom in on it on like, not black and white, but you know what I mean? Like the reverse, like photos, like in reverse, whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Super creepy. In that picture, I bet I could pull the picture. So in case you don't know what we're talking about, it's pretty much Ted Danson doing blackface, right?
Yep.
At this point, I hope we're talking about the same thing. Yeah, let's see.
Do you also remember seeing infomercials like in the 90s and early 2000s of they would sell like the old Friars Club roast with like the original Rat Pack of shit.
My grandfather had them all. He ordered them from those infomercials.
My dad probably
has.
Not
kidding. Yeah. Oh, that stuff's creepy. Yeah, I don't know. It's basically like the Comedy Central roasts.
Yeah.
Like, but they weren't like, I don't think they were like,
they were clean
those
humor.
Ones, I guess were, yes. So maybe that's not a great example because those were like public, like you could buy. I'm talking about, I think there's like weird, like underground, like celebrity parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they just do weird shit like that. But now that I think about it, the fact that was something public, yeah, that's not a great look.
I got to look it up because this is a big assumption to state. But I think that the Met Gala doesn't allow media inside.
Oh, they're going to say something else. Maybe. I mean, the reason I brought it up is I was going to ask you, I don't know what the Met Gala is. Is it just people dressing up in nice clothes, walking around, showing off how rich they are?
Yeah, usually there's a theme, but that's pretty much it. But that's the thing is that anytime that you see those pictures, it's only outside. I don't think that media is allowed inside. So that's why people like I saw Tyler posted, what the fuck do they do inside there?
Jesus Christ. The long sordid history of blackface. These just this just looks so bad. These are just not good things.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. This is terrible.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable looking this stuff up. It's giving me the willies. All right, I need to go cook some dinner. So Mac Jones, feeling good about week 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did write down some numbers that I thought were pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So 29 of 39 for 21 and 1 touchdown. No turnovers.
That's Mac?
Yep. He did have that fumble, but Patriots recovered it.
Yeah.
He was 9 for 12 for 89 yards on 3rd down, including 7 conversions.
That was the big one. 3rd down was awesome. 3rd down last year was a fucking wash. That was like, just change the channel because Cam's going to eat the football. Yep. 3rd down was great.
Yeah. 9 of 12. And one of the incompletions was a drop by Jacoby Myers.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one. That was a huge drop. That was the one. That was a huge drop. That was a great play call. Damn, that sucked.
Another one was a hurried throw due to pressure off both tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Pats had 24 first downs to the Dolphins 16. Ugh. That was never even a thought or a consideration last year.
No.
They had 400 yards to the Dolphins 250.
Jesus Christ. That's awful. Yeah, time of possession was crazy.
And then the biggest thing is that he sounded a lot like a certain someone in the post-game press conference.
Yeah, I don't mind those comparisons. Like, I've heard that too. Like,
I'm talking about Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, me too. It's like, no, seriously. It's like, yes, I think it's silly to compare people to Brady, but it's okay to compare like other stuff. Like, yeah, I think he sounded like Tom. I think he had mannerisms like that. Someone called in one of the radio shows today. They said, like, I'm not comparing him to Brady, but that Patriots offense looked much more like Brady's offense than last year. Obviously, they were still very conservative, but last year's playbook was just the word. Like, it was ridiculous. It was like literally a Pop Warner playbook.
It was one sheet.
Yeah,
with like 4
more or less. Yeah,
it was. Biggest thing for me is that even though a lot of his like passes were kind of intermediate and short, he was still getting them out quick. Number one, he was hitting the players, so that was a huge improvement.
Very nice to see.
And then number 2, I thought that he moved around in the pocket pretty well in terms of like stepping up and just being not fast or anything like that, but mobile enough to escape and either get rid of the ball or make the pass. And then on a couple of his longer throws, he threw some like good bullets, and he threw he threw one really, the Jacoby Myers play that got knocked down by, I think, Jason McCourty, but that was like on the money. So
that hit to Aguilar was good. The touchdown. That was a great strike. That was a great confident throw. I actually thought Brady looked pretty good in the pocket too. Yeah. Like, for a 44-year-old guy, like, I think he looked really good in the pocket.
Dude, he was bouncing around like it was 2007.
Awesome. Yeah, that's something. That guy's got like some weird like Illuminati stuff going on, I think. He very well may have sold his soul to the devil.
He's doing commercials for Subway and he doesn't even eat that shit.
Doesn't need to.
So I don't know what to think anymore.
Subway's stock's gonna go through the roof. Guy doesn't even have to eat it.
He's in more and more commercials as time goes on, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can tell there's a difference in what he's allowed to do. So good for him. But anyway, all right, we got to get rolling here. Nothing else for me. So we will see you guys next time. Peace.